Hello world, it is Monday, April 25th, 2022, and looking out the window at Defiance, it's kind of overcast and a little spitty rain, not very hard, but just kind of a dreary day. But everything is starting to pop. All the trees are starting to bud out, and take a drive down River Road because the red buds are starting to bloom, and it's just a beautiful sight in the spring when the red buds are in bloom. The devotion for today is entitled Splintered Wood, written by Bob Thompson, and Bob bases the devotion upon John chapter 8 verse 11, New King James Version. Jesus said to her, "Neither do I condemn you. Go and sin no more." And Bob writes, "Our town's beautiful wooden arches, 60 feet tall and spanning 178 feet, splintered and crumpled onto the overpass just after midnight on February 18th, 2022, less than a year after they were installed. No one was physically hurt, but our collective pride suffered a deep wound. The arches were to be our small town's facsimile of the St. Louis Gateway, the most visible icon of our $14 million city walk. The arch is connected to the lake, to downtown, to the university. The layered wood beams were designed to reflect our municipal motto, life, well crafted. The arches weren't well crafted. Dawn exposed 40 tons of pickup sticks. Reactions to the collapse ranged from sadness to glee, blaming to gloating, accusation to defensiveness, and frustration, if not at the collapse, then at the blaming, gloating, accusation, and defensiveness. The following morning, John 8 was the text in worship. The story of a woman caught in the act of adultery and forced to stand before Jesus at dawn in the temple courts. I mused aloud that the arches should remain where they fell, or better yet, be moved to our church's front lawn. The disfigured pile might exhibit what a church actually is. We prefer to see ourselves represented by our tall steeple, granite veneer, and manicured lawn. If we are brutally honest, we're a community of splintered wood. Whether or not we own it, we are both the Pharisees and the woman they snared. We are offenders and accusers, abusers and victims, self-righteous and self-condemned. Only by the love of God are we being changed. Only by the grace of Christ do we find dignity and possibility. Only by the power of the Spirit are we able to stay in close enough proximity to let mercy transform us. Thanks be to God for the communion of saints." And Bob's prayer. God, who am I today? Unloved or unloving? Don't give up on me. Jesus, remind me of your grace that has welcomed and forgiven me. Spirit, make me a channel that pays it forward. Amen. Well, for me, this devotion reminds me of so many issues I've heard of people who have left church and said, well, people weren't very nice or whatever, or get upset and leave a church. Somehow thinking that people in churches are perfect, and they're not. We're all just human beings, and we make mistakes. Even I make mistakes, believe it or not. Church is a community of people trying to do their best and to work through this thing that we call life. And sometimes we make mistakes. And yes, some of us have more issues than others, but that's what grace is for. And we work with that, continue to love just as God continues to love us, just as Jesus continued to love. Hope that gives you some inspiration for the day. I hope that helps you look at the church in a different light. I hope that helps you to look at yourself in a different light. Take care, and I will talk to you again tomorrow.